Okay, I've got a lot of apples that need to be processed. This is barely even a dent in what I've got out in my garage. So these are already washed because I was making apple butter. What I'm going to do is just keep on coring apples and cutting them up. I'm going to fill up my stock pot here and make a batch of applesauce. Sis, you can help if you want. I don't care.
How can I help?
Well, right now I'm just cutting up apples. Maybe that's not your very fun thing to do because you don't enjoy using a knife very much.
I can try.
Okay.
But I've got 20 hours in the evening to do that.
Okay.
I'll just start with a small apple.
Okay.
Is there a cutting board I can?
A cutting board? Yeah, you can get a cutting board out. Okay, so there. We've got a full stock pot full of apples. We also have a full pot here of scraps for the chickens that they're gonna love. And now what I'm just gonna do is add a little bit of water in the bottom of this stock pot so that the apples don't stick when I put them on the burner. And then we just start cooking these until they are soft. Once they're soft, then I can make applesauce with them. So pretty simple process. I don't put anything like any sweetener or any spices or anything in my applesauce because I like to use it for baking as well. And sometimes the recipes will call for just unsweetened applesauce or something like that. So I just cook down the apples without adding sugar or spices. So let's add a little water to this pot. Maybe add a tiny bit more. I don't want to make it too wet. Then I'll bring it over here to my messy stove. Turn it on, and I'm going to turn it on about medium heat to get it boiling, and then once it's boiling, I'll turn it back down to kind of a simmer so that the apples can cook down. And I will keep a good eye on this and constantly stir it. Not constantly stir it, but stir it often so that no apples are sticking to the bottom of the pot. Pretty simple. All right, so our apples are all cooked down. As you can see here, if you remember, our pot was completely full when we started. And it's amazing how much it renders down as the apples cook. But all the apples are cooked. They're soft. It's basically chunky sauce right now as it is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it off the stove and bring it over to my counter here, and then we will continue on over here. So what I have here is I don't know what you call this. Matt calls it the Horjic machine. I don't exactly know what you call it, but it just has a sieve on the bottom of it. And this turns, I can't do it with, this just turns And so I put my apples in here, and it'll strain out all of the applesauce and leave all the pulp and skins and that type of thing up here for me to get rid of. So, a nifty little rig. I suppose I probably could just use an immersion blender too. Put that in and blend it all up, but I've always made it this way, and so this is what I'm used to doing. So it's super simple process. All I'm going to do is just spoon some, actually I might need a better spoon because this is, it's going to take a while if I try to spoon with this. I need a ladle or something. One second. My ladle is dirty, so I'll just have to use this. This does work better than the other wooden spoon. So I'm just going to put a bunch in here. This is piping hot right off the stove, so be careful you don't splat it and burn yourself. All right, and then I just turn this like so. All right, and so as you can see, there's the sauce in the bottom, in the bowl, and in here is just the skins and the leftover pulp. So, pretty easy. A slick rig. So I love it when you've got a handy tool to help make things go faster and more efficient. So the next step that I'm going to do is I save all of our sandwich meat containers that we get when we buy sandwich meat. I save them and then use them to freeze pretty much anything that I want to freeze. So I usually will put the applesauce in these containers and put them in the deep freeze for the winter. I know there's a lot of different opinions about using plastic, but this is what works for me, and it's cheap. So now I'm just going to spoon our applesauce right into this container. Smells really good. All right, and I fill it to about that full so that it has a little head space to put the cover on, and we'll let it cool. then we just continue the process until all of our apples are done. You want some applesauce for breakfast tomorrow?
Yeah.
You do? Well, if you want applesauce for breakfast tomorrow, you better come over here and help me make it.
Ooh, yes. Yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
Yes!
Okay. Get a chair.
Where do I...
Right here is fine. Good job.
Make stronger.
Okay, watch out. This pot is very hot.
Ooh.
Okay. You don't want to hit
What
that
do
pot.
I do?
All right, so I'm going to scoop some applesauce in here, and then you're going to crank it, okay?
How do you... Which way do you crank it?
I'll show you in just a second. Think you're strong enough to crank it?
I'll try.
Okay.
Not very much in it, because, yeah.
You'll be surprised. It's not hard to crank it. It's super easy.
So like this. I can't wait to crank.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So all you do is just turn it.
That way?
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh, this hot.
Just hold right onto this.
Until we're done.
Well, we got a little ways to go yet. You can take a break if you want.
Okay.
Okay.
Will I still get applesauce?
Yes, you'll still get applesauce. Thanks for helping me, sweetheart.
You're welcome.
See how, oh yeah, that's fine. All right, let's just put it on record right here. I barely scorched the bottom of the pan. Usually that doesn't happen. Usually a lot of apples stick to the bottom of the pot. So it's going on record. You saw it here. I barely scorched them at all. We'll call it a win. And that's the last of it right there. I'm gonna scoop this little bit out. All right, and then pot's a little bit hot. Bowl. Okay. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 containers of applesauce. I'm just going to let these sit here and cool because they're still pretty hot. And then once they're cool, I will label them. I'll put covers on them, label them, and we'll get them into the freezer. And that will be some applesauce put out for the winter. Let me know what you guys are making with your apples this fall. Send me some of your favorite fall apple recipes in the comments, and I would love to see them and try them out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, friends.